So it's unfortunate that Southwest Virginia has the largest gap in access to childcare. We're nearly about 3 times the state average, roughly 29% compared to 11% statewide. In our region, that's equivalent to about 7,000 slots. And so when you think about creating a higher supply of accessible care, not always is it a physical space need. Sometimes child care centers are experiencing workforce shortages themselves, and they have available space and classrooms that could be utilized, that could serve children, but they don't have the teachers and instructors. In the creation of the Pathways program, EO really looked at that particular need. In addition to capital investments and physical spaces that we were helping to establish in the region, we also wanted to increase the supply of early childhood educators. So working with the state, as well as federal resources from the Workforce and Innovation Opportunity Act, we were able to create the Pathway program to help establish a workforce in early childhood care and education.
The ECE Career Pathway program started out with 2 workforce recruiters working in our 21 locality region to serve emerging, incumbent, and new individuals who wanted to come into the early childhood education field. In the 2 years since the beginning of the program, we've worked with over 1,000 individuals and placed over 200 teachers into new positions in child care facilities in our region.
When you think about the 221 teachers now employed and out there serving children, even if you took a small ratio of a 6 or 8 to 1 ratio, depending on the age level, that is a tremendous amount of children that now have access to care because there is a teacher in the classroom. This particular program not only worked with teachers and adults in trying to locate individuals that have a passion that would be good educators in the field of early education. We also were thinking about the emerging workforce. Particularly, we worked with more than 250 students in the K-12 system to introduce them to careers and pathways in early childhood education.
We now work with 7 high schools in the region who have developed early childhood education programs for the high school students to expose them to ECE careers and give them some training so that they could actually go into ECE jobs in the summer or after graduation. One exciting development with the high school students that we've worked with is we've forged a partnership with Washington County Schools here in Abingdon, and their CTE students were able to come to the EO Workforce and Child Development Hub to have their classes on site and do actual classroom observations at the Ballard Center for Early Learning next door. So the ECE Career Pathway in its current form is currently coming to a close at the end of March, but we are transitioning some of those services over to our shared services team so that we can continue to provide services to people who need additional training or upskill training to either stay in their current jobs or move into early childhood jobs for the centers that we work with. I think this program has demonstrated the need for this type of work in our region, not just in the sense that we've been able to get teachers hired, but that there's a huge need for additional training for the people who are already in the field, and support for that training has been really critical to their ability to stay in their positions, gain additional professional development and additional skills in their current roles. And we have seen that it's been directly related to the ability of these centers to provide more care for more children, and that's really important as well.
Working with our businesses and industries in Southwest Virginia, one of those biggest barriers is access to quality, affordable childcare. Well, those centers have that same workforce challenge themselves. So continuing to support child care centers function at their highest and best capacity is priority number 1 for EO, to make sure that we're maintaining a level of quality, but we're continuing to support those centers be financially stable, sustainable, to continue to grow their business and their models but also bringing in new providers, new educators, and new supports to the region is where you will see EO continue to do the great work that we're doing.